Well, the role of strategic investors has been key to Malaysia's Packet One Network's business. 2 years ago, South Korea's SK Telecoms came on board as a key investor with a 25.8% stake. And that means with parent Green Packet and SK Telecoms combined, they own nearly 83% of the wireless broadband services provider. Now, what role do they play in the company's decision-making? Well, for more, I spoke earlier with its CEO, Michael Lai, and I started by asking how involved the two key investors are and charting the future direction of Packet One.
They play a very important role in terms of strategic and also advisory guidance. That's point number one. And Green Packet, being one of the leading telecommunication solutions company in the world, bring a wealth of 4G telecommunication solutions knowledge as well as 4G devices, modems knowledge to the table. And as for SK Telecom, being the largest mobile telco in South Korea with over 26 million subscribers, brings in a strong and impeccable track record of telecommunication heritage to us in terms of day-to-day operation, network design, IT billing, services, and many other areas to Packet One.
Going forward, are you also trying to seek more of such strategic shareholders into P1 and, in a way to try and grow the company in terms of getting more capital? If not, then how are you going to fund the future growth of this company?
We will always keep our option open as we continue to move along. But good news is that recently we just closed another round of US 51 million funding injection, actually led by Telecom, which is based out from Singapore. That definitely will augur very well in terms of our further network coverage expansion as well as subscriber acquisition plan. On top of that, happy to announce that we have just hit our EBITDA positive quarter, last quarter, in a short 3.5 years. So with that, it opens up a lot more option for us in terms of fundraising purposes as well.
P1 is also quite aggressive in terms of upgrading your network and building on it. You've just pumped in $250 million just about 3 years ago in capex to launch the 4G network. What guidelines do you have in place to make sure that you don't overspend what you want to invest in?
With a mere $250 million investment in the last 3.5 years, we have already managed to cover 53% of the population in West Malaysia. I think it has a lot to say in terms of how we utilize our capital and also especially in capital expenditure. So with that, we'll definitely continue to live with that heritage in terms of being prudent, in terms of being using our pioneering, what we call build and build strategy. That means the moment we build one base station, one site, we actually start selling and collect money right away. So it's very good in terms of a good cash flow, in terms of cash flow return on our investment.
You're aiming to get internet access to about 65% of the Malaysian population.
Yes.
Is that ambitious, and how do you plan to achieve that target?
Up until end of last year, we have managed to cover up to 53% of the population of West Malaysia already in 3.5 years. So for us to cover from 53% as of end of last year in 3.5 years to 65%, we believe is a very doable goal. Taking the three-pronged approach for this additional coverage this year. Number one, we just signed a partnership agreement with 10 state-backed companies in Malaysia to enhance our coverage rollout and also to expedite that. That's point number one. Point number two, this year we also start our coverage in East Malaysia already. And thirdly, we continue to enhance our coverage in the second and third tier townships in Malaysia as well. So with that, we believe the goal of reaching 65% of the population in Malaysia with cutting-edge 4G services is within reach.
And that was Michael Lai from Packet One Network.